morning, Les. Happy Monday. How are you?
I'm great and grateful. Let the record show.
I
What
love
about
that.
you? Yes, how
I'm
you
good.
doing?
I'm gonna say I'm great as well because earlier when I told you I was just okay, when I answered
Uh-huh.
okay, I got a speech.
Yes, you did.
So I rethought my answer, and I want to say I'm great.
Yeah, anytime we wake up in the morning, it's the greatest day of our life.
Even on a Monday.
Yes, absolutely. And just embrace it and celebrate it.
You know what? I this weekend was talking to a friend talking about all the great things. My son came in here. He's 13, you know that. And so 13-year-old is always a fun age. And he said, "Mom, is it bad to say I'm kind of enjoying the pandemic?" And I said, "Why?" And he said, "We're just spending more time as a family." And he gave me like a whole new perspective, which was amazing.
Wow, that is great.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing. Fantastic. You're blessed to have him as your son. He's blessed to have you as his mother.
Well, thank you. Okay, let's do this. Let's see where people are watching us from. If this is your first time, we love knowing where you're watching us from. We always get everywhere from Minneapolis all the way to Thailand. We're all over the world. This is absolutely awesome. What are you going to talk to us today about, sir?
You got to go through something to get to something.
That seems very relevant for right now, huh?
Without any question.
Well, I am so excited to hear. Let's do this. Make sure you let us know where you're watching. And as you have questions, ask them because we're going to come back after Les is done and answer a couple of questions. So I'm going to let you take it from here.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello. How are you? I know that you're blessed and highly favored and that you're destined for great things. I want you to think about your goals and dreams, and I want you to think about where you are right now in your life. And you might be going through some drama. Well, I want to say be encouraged because that's a good sign. What do you mean? I just lost my job. I'm going through a divorce. I'm going through foreclosure. I'm going through eviction. What do you mean? My kids are going crazy. Talking about I'm headed towards something that's good. It's a part of the process. It's a part of the process. It's a roller coaster. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Sometimes things go well, sometimes they don't go so well. It's a part of the process. What's most important is how you decide to deal with it. That's what's most important. Not what happens to you, but what happens in you. Because greater is he that's in you, this presence, this God power and presence that's in you than all the stuff that life can throw at you. And so I want you to think about where you are right now. And as you reflect on this, I want you to decide if you're in a situation that's not you, own that. I was working on a job and I had put in my request for going on vacation, and I put it in 2 weeks early, and that was the requirement. Then it's time for my vacation. I went to my boss then, and I said, "Hey, listen, I'm ready to go on vacation. I just want you to know I'll be going for 2 weeks." And he said, "You can't go." I said, "What do you mean I can't go?" "No, I don't have anybody to replace you on the air. You can't go." I said, "Look, I follow all the procedures. And I've bought my plane ticket for my children, for my wife." He said, "If you go, you won't have a job when you get back." Wow. Needless to say, I was upset. And when I drove home after that morning shift on the radio, and I stood outside of my car before going in the house to face my wife at that time to say, "We can't go now. We made all of our plans." And he did this just because he could. He was trying to force me to quit because they felt that I was making too much money in terms of a morning personality, and the sponsors who wanted to be on my program, and I made extra money. And so I went in and I shared it with her. And I'll never forget that night when I finally went to bed and I just said, boy, that bird is stupid. And my former wife asked, if he's stupid, why is he signing you a paycheck? Now you see why I divorced her. Oh my God. I couldn't sleep that night. If he's stupid and he's signing my paycheck, what does that make me? What does that make me? And that's a profound question. If I was so smart, I should be signing my own paycheck. If I was so smart, he'll be working for me and I would not be working for him. If I was so smart, I would not be in that situation. I'd be going on vacation because I wanted to, not because somebody told me that I couldn't. I'm a grown man. Why would I have to go to somebody and ask for permission to go on vacation with my family? That was a deciding moment for me. And I had to go through that to come to a place that, hey, that ain't happening to me anymore. No. And I started creating a strategy and a plan to transition out of there, to take charge of my financial future, to earn, and write this down, earn walk away money. So that when things got out of hand, when they got ugly, stressful, or disrespectful, I can walk away. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Oh my goodness, it brought out the entrepreneur in me. Yes, it brought something out of me. And he did it just because he could. I remember I was speaking for a meeting plan. That's not the meeting plan. It was Get Motivated seminars. And Peter Lowe, he owned the company. And they fill out a form, and they tour all over the country, and people are asked, who are some of the speakers you would like to see? And I was just showing up on the radar. And he obviously got a lot of requests for me. I'd been calling him and calling him and calling him. He never called me back because I wasn't known. I understand that. And so he invited me to be on their stage. And I was so excited. And the way that you are able to stay on the stage, you have to sell a certain amount of product. And so I wasn't bothered by that. I figured if I gave enough value to the audience, they would go to the back of the room and get my products. But I noticed when it got time for me to speak and they had the lineup, Brian Tracy, you got 90 minutes. Zig, you got 90 minutes. I'm going to take 90 minutes. That's Peter Lowe. Les Brown, you have 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Yeah, but you guys got 90 minutes. 15 minutes. Oh, that's a good slot. That's real good. You can do real good with that. Then Peter, why don't you give me your 90 and you take my 15 minutes if it's so good? No. This is your first time on. And I had people flying in to see me. This is my first time speaking on this big platform with people that I admired. Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy. I was so excited to be able to share the stage to people that I'd been listening to their material for years. And my friends were there, and all I had was 15 minutes. 15 minutes to do the setup in my speech and what I was going to speak on. I had 5 minutes to introduce my topic, 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, I had to introduce myself, because when people hear you speak, they're asking, who are you? What do you have and why should I care? So I had, in that 5 minutes, I had to do my setup on my topic and introduce myself. Then I had another 5 minutes to give my speech. And then I had another 5 minutes to do the closing. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. And my disc jockey story to close it out. And so at the end of the presentation, they added up what the various speakers were able to generate in terms of product sales. And I only generated in 15 minutes, $55,000. And so they called all the speakers back in the room and said, well, look here, everybody did over $100,000 except you, Les Brown. You're cut from the tour. I said, Peter, I only had 15 minutes. You cut from the tour. I guarantee you, I promise you, if you just give me another 15 minutes, okay, maybe you can't give me 90, but if you give me 30, I guarantee you, I'll be able to sell over $100,000 worth of product. Are you making some excuse? No, I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying, I need more time. Just give me a shot, man. This is my first time. Just give me a shot. I'm just asking for 15 more minutes. He said, no. And all the other speakers are looking. I said, thank you. And I walked out and said, take it easy, man. Yes, I will. Let me share something with you. Write this down. You got to go through something, get to something. You got to go through something to get to something. I had to go through that walk of humiliation. I had to go through that trying to figure out how can I be competitive with 15 minutes and they have an hour and a half. I had to go through that and then being fired off the tour to get to where I am. Here's what I'm saying to you. You're going to have to go through something to get to something. Don't quit. I didn't quit. They didn't discourage me. I kept on speaking everywhere that I possibly could. I kept on working, keep moving, keep working. Dr. Stacy NC Brand is right. Action, action, despite the distractions. Stuff's going to happen. Doors will be closed in your face. You're going to get the short end of the stick. I just kept moving. I didn't allow myself to get into an argument with him and to have some type of falling out. I just said, thank you for the opportunity. And I left and I didn't look back. And I'm suggesting to you that things are going to happen to you that's not right. There are people that just might not just like you or see you as a threat or won't give you a shot. Any number of reasons, but don't waste any energy talking about, why are you doing this to me? Come on, man. No, why? No. That's his show. That was his event. That was his summit. That was his get motivated event that he paid the money in the marketing and get people in the seats there. I was just a hired gun. I was just a hired speaker. I was just there working on that platform. Here's something else. Create your own. This is where we are. 50 million people. You know what a lot of them doing? Thinking about going out and look for a job. No, this is an opportunity to stop, to absorb what has happened, to take it in, to think about it, and create your own. I kept on speaking everywhere. And then I aligned myself with some other speakers who did give me a shot. I paid and went to seminars and workshops so that I could learn not just the whole process of speaking on stage, but the business of speaking. And so I want you to write this down. Create strategic partnerships. That when I invested in myself to be trained by Mike Williams, who wrote the book, The Road to Your Best Stuff, that was a great investment. When I invested in myself to be exposed to the training of Ed Foreman, that was a great investment because it allowed me to expand my skill set, not just to speak, but the business of speaking and how I could monetize my passion. See, when you're starting out, you got to do it all. You got a restaurant, you got to bust the dishes, you got to wait the tables, you got to cook, you got to answer the telephone, you got to ring the register when people get ready to check out or to come in. You got to do it all. And so I was just starting out, but it's a part of the process. You got to go through something to get to something. And sometimes it gets ugly. But guess what? I want you to write this down. Perseverance. Don't hear this word much. You got to be willing to persevere because you got to go through something to get to something. There's something else over there, bigger and better. And now they call me about the Les Brown Summit. They call me and say, hey, we got something going on. We'd like for you to be the headliner. I said, oh, are you available? No, that's below my pay grade. Let me put you in touch with my scheduler. That's below my pay grade. Hello? I don't know my schedule. Listen, keep moving. Keep building. Here's something else. Expect to get better and expect to win. And act like you're winning. Act like you are already. I tell the story about Mike Jones, Reverend Mike Jones out of Philadelphia, who's having an argument with his lady's husband. And Mike is blind since he was 10. And this man's wife interrupted him and said, wait a minute, don't talk to him like that. And he said, why not? Because he's blind. He said, he don't act like he's blind. And Mike does not. Don't act like you have lost your job. Don't act like you are down on your luck. Don't act like things are bad for you. I didn't act like I got canceled from that tour. And things are rough for me. I kept my head up, as Mamie Brown taught me. Keep your head up, boy. We still have each other. Keep your head up. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Keep your head up. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Foreclosure, so what? Keep your head up. Been evicted, so what? Keep your head up. You are here. You got a pulse. Keep your head up. Because whatever you lost, you can create it again and something more. 8 out of 10 millionaires have been financially bankrupt. In this thing called life, you got to learn to roll with the punches. And so I learned to roll with the punches. I kept getting better. I kept working on my skills. And now in a place where I train speakers and I'm going to have my own summits and I book myself and book other speakers and help leverage and launch their careers. See, this is not the end for you. No. See, sometimes when we're surrounded with a lot of voices of hopelessness and fear and uncertainty and this strange place where we are that we don't know what's going to happen next. We never been here before. And it's happening to everybody. You can't run to your neighbors. We can't even get out of town. Even Mexico got the nerve to say, you know what? We gonna pay for this wall. So y'all can't come here. Keep your head up and invest in you. And that's what I did. I kept going everywhere that I could to work with people who were experienced and who were accomplished and who had knowledge and abilities and contacts and relationships and resources that I didn't have, and investing in me. And that's very important because you can't make it by yourself. There are a lot of people right now, they're feeling despondent. Why? Because they're around a lot of people that are feeling depressed and despondent. You don't have time for that. There's someone, there's another wave of the coronavirus coming. Well, I'm not marinating and saturating my mind in that kind of information because I'm not coming out the house till 2027. You think my hairstyle, kid and play, kid, that's who I am, kid at 75. You think it's high now, wait till 2027. Oh, it's going to be up there, baby. You won't be able to see it on the screen. My kids say, oh, Daddy, please trim it down a little bit. I said, you got too much dip on your chip. You get to 75, you get to do what you want to do. Listen, this is not the end. There is more in you. Simba, you're more than that which you have become, have accomplished. There is more in you. This is a time to think, to reflect, to absorb what's going on, check it out, and think, and also have some collective minds to think about what's your next best move in the now. And that's what I did. And I started learning the promotional side of speaking and how to have events. And now, listen, now who would have thought? I'm speaking from home. I can have events from home. I do 3 and 4 events a day. I'm training people how to make money from home virtually, how to create a persona, an experience, a personality, how to transform people through their computer from home and make more money than working on a job that's stressing them out, that's killing them on Monday morning. The heart attack rate increases by 35%. People getting ready to go to jobs that they hate, and most of them die on the toilet. Some of you better not go to the bathroom on Monday. Oh, behave. Hello. This is a time to do something that makes you happy. If we don't know anything else, all I think about when they say about how many people are leaving here, I just think about what is I want to do that if I died right now, I would be upset because I didn't give myself a chance. See, you want to live a life of no regrets. You hear me? What it takes to live and what it takes to survive are 2 different things. Living a life of no regrets. You only get one life, and so therefore you want to live it on your terms. Living a life where you're living like a cringing animal, scared, living with somebody that's crazy, out of their mind, and you should have been out of there a long time ago, or on a job, you stressing out, your hair turning gray, you gain all kind of weight, you look in the mirror and say, what happened to me? No, life is not about that. No, you are God's miracle child. God's miracle child. I have a friend, a young man that I speak to, I'm training now. He was shot in the head and he was clinically dead. And boy, got one of the most incredible voices. You can hear from him. We're going to do a program together. You're God's miracle child. You're still here. Somebody could have ran a red light and taken you out. You are still here. My heart goes out to people who've lost family members and friends during this pandemic, but you have got to figure, what is it that I need to do now? Make a priority now so that I'm living life on my terms so I can die a life of no regrets. Take care of you. I love quoting Ian Levon's son. Give to yourself until yourself runneth over, and then give to others from the overflow. I've been rethinking relationships. There's some people, they shouldn't even think about calling me. See, because I'm not going to answer the phone unless it's positive, it's purposeful, It's something that's productive. And where's my wow? And profitable. There are people, listen to me, Linda, listen to me. There are people who are always there when they need you. But when you need them, oh, if I had it, I'll help you. No. Write this down, OQP. I talk about it all the time. Only quality people. You want to surround yourself with people that you can be there for them and they can be there for you. Jesus said, all power is in my hands, but he had a posse of 12 people who had different skills and knowledge and abilities that he didn't have. And this is what you want to do. And part of what we're doing in the Power Voice system is putting people in a community of people who have big dreams, people who have skills, resources, and contacts. Iron sharpening iron. If you're ready to go to that next level, if you're looking for a breakthrough, if you like to be in a community of high achieving people, I want you to put voice in the comments section. If you're serious, if you're coachable, and you can talk to people that's in the program, I do it on Wednesday. I get the butter from the duck, as Dr. Anthony Sweeting would say, when I do it live, and teaching you how to take your story and how to create a keynote and create a national and global reputation, how to grow your multi-level marketing organization, how to increase the sales of your organization. It's the time you need to position yourself to win, being in a community of high achieving individuals. That's what you want to do now. Invest in you. Put your money where your mouth is. And most people, they have checked out. They've checked out. And you can't build bridges if you're spending most of your time pulling people out of the lake. Charity begins at home. Save yourself. Invest in you. Put voice in the comments section and get ready to soar with your business, with your brand, with your reputation, and other like-minded people. One goose can fly 75% further in formation with other geese than it can ever fly by itself. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
As always, amazing. Listen, people really like this. Only quality people.
Yes.
That one really resonated with people today. Okay, so real quick, I do want to say, if you are on Facebook, put voice in the comments. If you are on LinkedIn, because we are also going live to LinkedIn, make sure you go to powervoicetraining.com if you want to work with Les so that you can be part of his program on Wednesdays. So, I always got to get that in there. We're going live multiple places. There's so many places people want to hear your message.
Where are they?
They're on Facebook. Well, let's look at where people are from. We got so many earlier. I saw everywhere from London. Oh, Dubai. Now when people watch us from Dubai, since you said you love it there, they always let us.
I love it. Diana from Dubai. I love her. She's so beautiful. And they did a special on me from Dubai and Abu Dhabi. It's a special. We're going to play it on LinkedIn. It's a 2-hour interview that was very powerful. I love Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Yes, indeed. Incredible place. It's a culture of achievement. It's heaven on earth. It's different and unique. Everything they do, they love to do it first class. They have the tallest building and the tallest hotel and the largest shopping mall. I cannot wait to fly my sister over there. Notice, fly my sister over there. I will go virtually this time. Because homie ain't getting on no airplane. No way, Jose. I'll stay with it now. Huh?
2027.
2027. I told Tyrone, I'm doing a Zoom call, okay? A StreamYard, I'm sorry. Tyrone, the squirrel outside my window. Yeah, so yeah, 2027, I'm coming out. I came out yesterday. Dr. Barbara King, she celebrated her 90th birthday. God bless her. 90 years behind her and all of God before her of Hillside International Spiritual Center. And so I came out for that. And Tyrone, he went with me down there, and then we came right back. So, but anyhow, I'm excited about people. I want people who are hungry and people who want to master what they do. See, this is a time. You know, there's a book it's called Average is Over. This is a time that if you want to call attention to yourself, to get attention, to hold attention, and to direct the attention, you have to be extraordinary. You have to master what you do. Competition is fierce. And what we're doing with people is teaching them how to unleash that hunger, teaching people how to develop relationships with people that are just as hungry as they are and smart as they are, iron sharpening iron, and people that are driven and being willing to persevere and been through some stuff and then let them stop it. It didn't allow it to stop them, that they're unstoppable. We are stronger than we give ourselves credit for being. We really haven't, for the most part, been put to the test, but we're much stronger than we know.
Well, I want to tell you, Keisha actually jumped on here and said she's working with you, and it is worth every single penny of the investment. So I wanted people to make sure to see that.
Oh yeah, she works with children and she's a powerful teacher. I have my grandson, Honor, who she does one-on-one coaching with as well, and she works with kids in groups. She's a phenomenal individual and great speaker, and she's living her dream. I want some of the other people that's in our group, or anybody that has read my book, You've Got to Be Hungry. I like to have a review, some feedback. I got several emails and people said, I read your book and I couldn't put it down. The first time I read a book in one setting, I laughed, I cried, I was motivated and inspired to pursue my dream. It woke something up in me. There's no question that when I wrote that, why it took so long, that God was not ready, that I had to go through something to get to something, to get to that place within myself that will allow me to unleash, to allow me to break out that which God had put in me. And there are a lot of people right now, they are stronger than they realize. And I'm encouraging them, don't look at where you are. Look and keep your eyes on where you're going. He said, I'll give you all your eyes can see.
If you want to get the book, go right here. I just wanted to throw that up really quick because I have seen a lot of comments come in about the book over the past couple of weeks, and people are loving it. So I am hungry, lesbrown.com for the book.
Yes. Yes.
If you want to chat about just for a second, then we've got to wrap up. Right before we started this, you said to me, have you ever just thought you're having kind of a rough time and then you talk to someone else and it puts everything in perspective?
Yes, I thought I was having a rough day today because of something that I experienced. I was trying to get somebody out of a situation and it did not work out to the extent that I wanted. And I had some stuff to deal with myself. And I was feeling a little low about it. And I talked to a friend, and when she laid out all that she was going through, I said, you know what? I ain't got no problem. Let me tell you something. Oh my God. I mean, she went through so much. Her father died, and no, he was beaten to death. And she moved to Atlanta, and her mother died 2 days after she was here. And her aunt died, and her grandmother died. I just remember time out, baby. Wait a minute, hold a minute. But she had such a fierce sound in her voice. I knew I was talking to the voice of greatness. You have to go through something to get to something. And that first thing you have to get to is that other part of yourself. that God presence, that other part of yourself waiting for you to come to live from that place of power, to stand in your power. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, that having done all to stand. And that's why it's important that we put ourselves in communities of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships, and have a coach that can take you to a place within yourself that you can't go by yourself. And that's what I do.
Well, I am super excited about that. Go ahead and put voice in the comments if you want to work with Les directly. If you are on Facebook, if you are on LinkedIn, let me throw this up one more time, powervoicetraining.com. And then go ahead and wrap us up, sir.
Here's my message to you. Regardless of where you are, regardless of what you have gone through, regardless of what you are facing, act like you are winning. Act like things are great. Hold the vision of yourself overcoming anything that life has thrown in front of you. He said, I'll give you all your eyes can see. Affirm that you are winning to yourself. Thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. God is in the midst of this. Do you hear me? God is in the midst of this. That's why I'm not worried. I'm not worried. There's stuff happening that catch me by surprise, but I'm not worried. In the midst of this, all things work together for good for those who love God and for those who are called according to his purpose. And sometimes the most effective way that we are able to gain that special spiritual connection is when we're going through pure D hell. Lord, I know I haven't been praying recently, but you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to increase my tithes. I'm going to be real good. And I'll keep my word this time. Because, as Viktor Frankl said, life is full of unavoidable suffering. It's a part of the process. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Put voice in the comment section. Bye for now.
We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
This is Kay saying bye.